Good evening to all of you. Can you hear me, participants?
Good
Yes.
evening, we can hear you.
Can you
I,
see me?
I can hear you, I can see you, yes.
Right, thank you. Right, today's lecture on role of engineer in society. In this talk, I am trying to explain to you the importance of engineer in the society. So that is the main theme. So what is your responsibility towards society? That is the point I am going to discuss. So let's move on. I have a question. Question number one. That is, do you need a society to live in? That is the question number one. If there is no society, can we live in isolation? So these are the two questions you have to answer. Can you live in isolation? Do you need a society to live in? Right? So let's have the second question. Do we have a role to play in the society? So these questions will be answered in this presentation. Why society is important? As engineers, what is our role in the society? These are the two things I'm going to concentrate on. Because most of us, of course, don't know our role in the society. So we have to play a massive role in the society. So let us discuss that. Man is a social animal. Man is a social animal. Like other animals, man is a social animal. What does it mean? Social animal cannot live in isolation. Right? He needs a company of his fellow human beings to share his joy and sorrow. So people cannot live in isolation. They live in groups. It is very common. I mean, we have our families. Everybody has a family, right? So if somebody is living in isolation, is very rare, right? So in the general sense, human beings are social animals. They live in groups. So what is the society? So they live in groups. Groups associate in a society, right? The term society is most fundamental to sociology. Sociology. It is coming from the Latin word socius, means companionship and friendship. Companionships and friendship. So these are the criteria in the society, in groups. Companionship means sociability. It indicates that man always lives in the company of other people. Right? So people live in groups in the company of other people. So this is the concept of a society. The people, they don't live in isolation. Man needs society for living, working, and enjoying the life. Right? It's very evident you are living in society. You know what is happening in the society, right? What is the definition of society? Society is defined as a group of people who share common culture occupy a particular territorial area, and feel themselves to constitute a unified and distinct entity. It is the mutual interaction and interrelations of individuals and groups. So this is the definition given in the dictionary, right? Society has become an essential condition for a human life to continue. So what I'm trying to emphasize is society is the essential thing for us to live in. So that's the point I'm going to uh, raise here. Another definition, the community of people of a varied collection of individuals living in a particular country or region and having shared these things, right? Law, culture, customs, relationship, mutual interests. So why it is relevant to engineers? Now, you would have got some idea. You are part of the society. Then you are part of the society. So you are living in groups. You are living in the society, right? So society, is it relevant to engineers? Now, you would have got some idea why it is relevant. Engineers deal with science and technology. Sociological subjects not relevant. Is it? Not trained in sociology, right? Although we are living in the society, we learn subject matters in the university. We have not been taught sociology. So do we study about humanities, culture, and sociology in the university? No. So what is lacking in engineering? Training in humanities, training in culture, training in sociology. Is it a curriculum issue? I think it is a curriculum issue. Now, the from good old days, now it has been changed to certain extent to include non-technical subjects into the curriculum. Maybe not to cover this, but to have some composition of subjects. Lack of understanding of the nature, right? So engineers, part of the society, but they don't know sociology, right? Why society is important to engineers? Engineers are human beings. Engineers interact with people. In your day-to-day activities, you are interact with people. You are living in groups. They are part of the society. They are part of the society, but you are engineer. That is why it is important. Engineers are part of the society. Engineers have knowledge more than other people. So it is important. You have a duty towards society. Why? You have been trained in certain areas, right? I will come to that later. Engineers have to deal with society, especially for those who work in the field. Now, there are various categories, various engineers in various areas, right? They have to understand society needs and design their work to solve problems of society. Now, think about yourself. What is the work you do? How does that affect the society or the mankind or people? If you take civil engineers, they are working in the field, they are doing construction, development, maintenance, repairs, right? All the products outcome towards the society for the people. If you take telecommunication engineers or mechanical engineers, whatever they do, ultimate result, the service goes to the society, right? That is why it is important of engineers' role in the society, right? Engineers with knowledge of sociology would have knowledge of society needs that would help him to develop a successful career in engineering, focus in the society. So that is why you have to know sociology, you have to know the fundamentals of it to serve the society. Now, there are two things. You are part of the society, you have knowledge more than other people on certain things that will be used to enhance the enhance the facilities of the people or the society. So that is the main thing you have to think of. That is why it is this subject is important for you. Let's say engineering. Engineering is a dynamic process profession. It is not static. It is not uniform practice. Engineering should fit to today's world. What does that mean? Now you think about say 25 years back. 25 years back, the facilities we had in engineering and compare the facilities you have today in engineering. So see the development. Engineering is improving. Engineering is changing. That is why it's a dynamic profession. Day by day, it is changing. Now, I can remember the time you may not be born at the time when Celtel, the cellular telephone came into the market. It was a big, like half a brick or full brick. It has very little facilities. Only you can call and you can receive call. It didn't have messaging facility either. Now see the development of the phone, what you have. You have entire world in your phone, right? The facilities you have. That is engineering. Development of engineering. You take cars, how to develop the cars are, right? You take anything. It is engineering development. You name it, it is engineering development. Engineer's life deals with the design, calculation, planning, evaluations, management, supervision. Is this the life of engineers? It is more than this, right? Let's see these circles. Scientific knowledge, societal needs, common part is engineering. That means engineers use their scientific knowledge, technology for societal needs. Let's have a look at the other one. Research and development of societal needs. You do research, you do development, right? R&D. This is the main component in the development process. Let's look at this. Scientific knowledge, societal need, analysis, creativity, combining to create the development, the creative things, right? Let's see the dictionary meaning of following words. Science. Systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. That is science. In simple terms, organized body of knowledge. Let's see technology. Technology, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purpose. application of scientific knowledge for practical purpose. Simply, it is knowledge concerned with applied science. That is the application. That is the theory, right? These are the definitions of these two words, science and technology. Scientist discovers that which exists. Scientists discovered that which exists. That is existing. They are discovering about the existing things. Engineers create that which never was. So it's obvious now from the cell phone. There were no cell phone earlier. We used the wired normal telephone. Then came up the mobile phone, cell phone. It has developed up to this much now. That is a creativity, the creation, not what was existed. So that is the main difference. Engineer is a professional practitioner of engineering, apply scientific knowledge, mathematics, and develop solution for technical problems. That is the role of the engineer. Applying scientific knowledge, mathematics, and develop solutions for technical problems. Engineers design material structures and systems while considering the limitations imposed by practicality, safety, and cost. Now, what is the outcome? The outcome is for the society. That is why this engineer's role in the society is important. I will give you some of the details later. Examples also. Engineering is application of science to the common purpose of life. Engineering is application of science to the common purpose of life. Now you think about the developments. Everything is related to people, lifestyle, right? We'll analyze later. Engineering is the art of directing the great sources of power in nature for the use and convenience of mankind. That is the most important. For the convenience of the mankind. You think of all the developments for the convenience of the mankind. Whether you put up roads, whether you do electricity or electrical supply, whether it is communication, whether it is agriculture, everything for the use of the mankind. In this process, engineers are heavily involved. So engineers create things for the people, nobody else, right? Engineering is the art of organizing and directing men and controlling the forces and materials for the benefit of the human race. So they create, organize, control, they do everything for the purpose of the people, human race. Let's see Engineering Council for Professional Development, what it says. There are so many definitions given in various forums, various articles. I have extracted some of these the definitions. Engineering is the profession in which the knowledge of mathematical and natural science gained by study, experience, practice. Practice basically R&D. Is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize the materials and forces of nature economically for the benefit of the mankind. I would like to emphasize the word economically. Engineering solution cycle should be economical. Whatever you do, whatever you create should be for the benefit of the mankind, but it should be economical also. That is where the engineering comes. You can't produce anything at any cost. It should be economical. President, 31st President of USA, that is Herbert Hoover, engineering is a great profession. There is a fascination of watching a figment of the imagination emerge through the aid of science to a plan on paper. Plan on paper. Then it moves to realization in stone or metal or energy. Right? Everything is in this statement, right? Then it brings jobs and home to men. Then it elevates the standards of living and adds to the comfort of life. That is the engineer's high privilege. So you see how true this is, right? This was said in 1964, before 1964. So that is, there. This statement itself describes or emphasizes the importance of engineers in society. So let's see who is an engineer. So all these are in engineering, right? But not magician. They do magical things, but they are not magicians. Then we come to chartered engineer. Now you are sitting for the B paper, then you sit for the A paper, then you submit your documents, you do the design or project report or whatever, then you appear for experience or evaluation kind of thing, and you sit for the A paper, then you want to become a chartered engineer. Chartered engineering or chartered engineer means a driver with the license. You can drive, but if you don't have the license, you can't drive on the road. Right? Chartered engineer will have the responsibility to act for the benefit of the people in the society. So they have more benefit, more responsibility, I should say. Chartered engineers are characterized by their ability to develop appropriate solutions to engineering problems using new or existing technologies through innovation, creativity, and change. Right? Innovation, creativity, and change. So these are uh, three keywords. Fundamentals in engineering for the betterment of society. Investigation, planning and design, construction, manufacturing, operation and maintenance, continual improvement. Now, these are the steps, right? In a development process, these are the steps for which engineers are responsible. Research and development. Investigation, you do investigate. You plan and design. Construction or manufacturing. Operation and maintenance. Continual improvement. You improve the product. You don't stop it at any point. You go on improve. Then research and development. Now you look around yourself. Maybe you are in a room or wherever you are sitting at the moment now. Look around and see how many things, engineering products are lying around you. I am sitting in front of my laptop. I can see lights, I can see fans, I can see air conditioners. Everything is technically engineered. You see the door. Door has a hinge. That is an engineering product, right? Through engineering, I am talking here, you will hear from all over the place. That is engineering. So whatever you name, everything is engineering, right? Engineered. What do I touch? That is not engineered. You touch anything, that is engineered, right? It's an art. It is an approximation, measurement, estimation, forecast, and projection. Now, you think of your work, the work you are doing. Is it this measurement, estimation, forecast, projection? Modeling, stimulation. So it is that. Communication, technical report writing, and presentation. Engineering, finance, innovation, creative process. So in this engineering work you do, you handle some of these things, or you use some of these things in your day-to-day activities. You are engaged in this kind of work. So engineers are all over. Maybe you go higher up in the organization, you become manager. Sometimes you become politician, scientist, expert, academic. Those who pass out from the university, if they're willing to join the academic stuff, they will go on that path. Somebody who wants to come to the field or industry, they will move in that path. Then entrepreneur, lawyer, there are engineers in the field of sales, selling or promoting engineering products. So you have different roles. So engineers can play any role. They are kind of a versatile kind of instrument. Role of an engineer is more than the calculation, designs, planning, supervision. Sometimes he plays a role which on first impression are not linked to their professional training. Now, what does that mean? Your service, your duty should not be limited to professional training you get in the university, right? You have a wider role than that. The training received as an engineer is part of the reason which an engineer can display his versatility and creativity. So you are trained to think creatively. You are trained to develop products. You are trained to think in maybe innovations, right? The training is that. So that innovation will produce the products for the use of the people. Responsibility. We live in a complex global and intercultural world with a lot of problems. It is compulsory that engineers should amplify the horizon of their specialized technical knowledge in the field of development within the norms and principles of ethics. So you are a responsible engineer. Whatever you produce should be within the norms, principles of ethics. There are engineering ethics. You can't do anything you want. You are bound by the principles of ethics. So what are ethics you have learned in another session? So there's a question on ethics also in the B paper. So you have to be within that. So you are not free to do anything. So there are limitations. Limitations not to stop your development. There are developments, but development should be within that kind of a principles. Because you are an engineer. Social responsibilities of engineers. Now I have listed some of the responsibilities. You will take these things into your mind. Ensure the safety and interest ahead of all other consideration for well-being of the public. Ensure safety and interest. So whatever you do, it should not harm the public. That's the first one. Ensure that society's funds and resources concerning technology are well used. So you are using the funds, maybe you are developing, say, uh, you are a mechanical engineer. You are developing something for a car. You are using somebody's money. It can be government money or it can be private company's money. And you can't waste money. Just because it is not your money, you can't waste. Your money, so you can't waste. Others' money also you can't waste. That is the responsibility of an engineer. Concern about impact of engineering projects on environment and society. Right? That product should not harm the environment or the people. Refusing to work on a particular project or for a particular company violating the law. Say you are in a company where they do unethical things. There are places like that. So it is your responsibility. If you can't stop that, get out of that path. You can't be a part of that. Speaking out publicly against improper projects. You have a right. You have to write in speaking against it. Expose illegal or wrongdoings. If something is happening illegal, wrong things are happening, you have to expose. If you know, you have to expose. Professional society's obligation to provide protection for such people. Now, the people who are, exposing these things should be protected by the professional societies. That is the norm there. Contributing one's services to worthy non-profit groups and projects. As an engineer, your service to the society is not always paid. Remember that, right? You can't expect money or any return because of your social service. So it should be voluntary basis, right? Commitment to educate future engineers about their social responsibility. So this is one process of educating you about the societal needs and societal responsibility of engineers. This lecture is basically for the paper, but still you have the responsibility to educate other engineers, junior engineers, maybe sometimes your peers. Voluntarily educating the public about important consequences of various technological and scientific development. Now, say you are in a project. Say, we'll take civil engineering problem or project. You are doing a road from one point to another point. That goes through certain, say, villages. Then, just because you are an engineer, you have the right to do that. You should not do it. You have to meet the people, explain them, and the importance of it, and convince them. That is part of your job. If you are doing a power line from one place to another place, it goes maybe above houses. As much as possible, you have to avoid such places When you are designing the road also, you have to avoid as much as possible, avoid developed areas, avoid inhabited areas. That is the norm, right? And if you can't avoid in any place, you have to educate the people. You have to tell the people. When you tell the people, they will realize. There are people, one or two people who don't agree, but majority will realize it. So I'm a civil engineer. I have designed roads in various places. So what we do, we explain the benefits of the project to the people. We explain how important this is and try to convince. But there are one or two people, I mean, they don't agree, but majority agrees, is okay, right? So that is part of engineer's job. That will bring you recognition in the society. That work is important for your profession as well. Recognition in society, recognition in profession, right? Recognition in profession, recognition in society. So our engineers' recognition in society is very low. You all know that. So these are, once you go through these 12 points or 10 points, you will get some form of recognition in the society. There are certain arguments. Engineers don't have responsibilities. Doctors, lawyers have responsibilities. So we consider or compare with doctors with and lawyers with engineers. Let's see the details. Professions have social responsibilities, but engineering, not a profession like medicine or law, and so it does not have the same social responsibility. There's a thinking like that. There's nothing like that, but there's thinking. Why? Engineers, majority of the engineers deal with goods, products, materials. Doctors, lawyers deal with human beings. That is the main reason. Doctors, lawyers deal with human beings. When you get ailment, problem, you go to a doctor. When you have law issues, you have a case in the courts, you go to a lawyer. So they have more contacts with the human beings, the doctors and the lawyers. But such exposure is not there with the engineers. But still, you have responsibility. If you want, you can build up that relationship. Right? Engineering is not given the same privileges as other professionals. So there is no social obligation that promotes engineers' social responsibility. But above those two categories, we have responsibility, but it is not exhibited. It is not, it is not surfacing. But engineers do everything for the people, but they are behind the scene. That is the issue. How to get over this, I will tell you later. Engineers deal with fully objective facts. Engineers manage relations in large organization. Now, when you become higher ups in the organization, your relationship with the outside society becomes less and less. Engineering does not serve a crucial social need, which is a basis of, you can see this. We'll go to the next one. Engineering code of ethics. This American code, right? Engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of public and shall strive to comply with the principles of sustainable development in the performance of their professional duties. Everywhere it is stated that engineers have the responsibility towards society and they have to see the welfare, they have to see the safety, health of whatever you produce. This says Software Engineering Code of Ethics. Approve software only if they have a well-founded belief that it is safe, meets specifications, passes appropriate test, and does not diminish quality of life, diminish privacy, and harm the environment. India is safe. You have certain principles, ethics to follow that will tell you it whatever you produce for the benefit of the people. Say you have to ensure the safety, health, environment, now IT privacy part also comes in, and environment, right? So that is that. IEEE Code of Ethics of Engineers. Engineers shall, in fulfilling their responsibilities to the community, protect the safety, health, and welfare. Everywhere is same. All the Code of Ethics, it says here, safety, health, welfare, environment of the public, and speak out against abuse in these areas affecting the public interest. Contribute professional advice as appropriate to civil, charitable, or non-profit organization. That is why he said you have to contribute. You are not paid always. You have to do voluntary services sometimes. Seek to extend public knowledge and appreciation of the engineering profession and its achievement. So you have certain responsibilities, and those in executing these responsibilities, you are not paid always. So New Zealand Institute of Engineers. Engineers will translate into action the dreams of humanity. Traditional knowledge and concept of science to achieve sustainable management of the planet through the creative application of technology. So I have put here the definition for you to understand more or better. Why engineers have the responsibility of interaction of technology and society? Because engineers are the ones who create and implement the technology. Should be responsible for their own actions and creations because of the impact of their work on society and people. So your actions, your productions, your creativity, your innovations, everything you do for the benefit of the mankind within that framework, safety, health, environment, privacy, everything. And you can't produce anything destructive that will harm the people and the society, right? So these are the main things. Today, the consequences of human creativity in the areas of engineering, technology, and science have reached measures that only a few decades ago were unimaginable. As I said, technology has developed to a great extent. Long time, maybe 25, 30 years back, we never thought this, right? So let's see the areas, some of the areas, right? These are some of the areas where we can't think of the development, right? It's a massive development taking place in all these areas. And some more, these are some of the areas is happening. So all these happenings should be within that framework, the safety, health, privacy, should not should not harm the environment, and should not destroy the community. All these are human creativity, right? Engineers are accountable. Capacity and development mean power. Knowledge is power. With knowledge, you can do many things. With power comes responsibility. To do something, you are responsible. Knowledge implies responsibility. Knowledge, power, responsibility. Obligation of the engineer must be of the same degree with the level of his power. Now, there are certain words I have highlighted, right? Knowledge, power, responsibility, obligations. So all connected words, right? Responsibility comes with the obligation and accountability, right? What are the words? Knowledge, power, responsibility, obligation, accountability. These are responsibility you have, right? Once you get the power, once you are given the responsibility, you have this series of words, what I have mentioned here, within that. Let's see the achievements, engineering achievements in various areas, right? Now you can imagine the development in these areas: nuclear technology, electronics, laser and fiber optics, telecommunication, space exploration, petroleum and gas technology, aeronautics, electrification, agricultural mechanization. See, agricultural mechanization means good old days, of course, we use buffaloes. Now we don't use buffaloes. There are various instruments developed, right? It is one area. There are other areas as well. You go to the normal farming, all that is mechanized, right? Imaging technology, health technology. See how good old days you can't see inside the body. We had only X-rays. Now you see, you can see the entire system without cutting or opening, right? Training, research, and development. Training, research, and development are the key things where all these products will follow and come out. Engineers' impact on society through infrastructure, power and energy, environment, poverty alleviation, food production, natural disasters, research and development, education and training, health sector, discovery. So these are the areas, right? And recovery. In all these areas, engineering is involved. You all are engaged in all these areas, right? Now, the attack on the USA, the Twin Towers, right? The attack was engineering attack. To they have done calculations to do that attack. Otherwise, it will not fall vertically down. Then after falling it, to remove the debris, you have to do a lot of calculations. You can't just remove it because there are a lot of buildings around. So you have to protect them. When you remove the material, those the buildings will slide into the pit. So everything is engineering related. So now we see in all these topics, the key, the main component is engineering. Let's see some of the pictures. Infrastructure developments. There are some of the pictures I can show you. In power and energy. In power, solar, hydropower, nuclear. Preservation of environment. Poverty. Elimination of poverty is part of engineering. Now, this picture was taken by Kevin Carter in Sudan. It won the Pulitzer Prize-winning feature photograph by South African photographer Kevin Carter. It's titled Famine in Sudan. The photograph was submitted to a exhibition and it won the first prize, Pulitzer Prize. Unfortunately, this Kevin Carter, the photographer, was not there to receive the award because he committed suicide. You would have seen this. I see this child crawling to the World Health Organization, World Food Organization, something. They were distributing food. This girl was crawling to the food center, starving now. See, not in full shape also, right? Now behind the girl, there's a vulture, the big bird called vulture. So Kevin Carter was on a tour to Sudan in UN plane. He was roaming around. He saw this and took the picture and committed suicide. You know how? He went home. After a few days, he went to the garage, closed all the doors and windows, started the car, and stayed inside the garage. So, due to the combustion, it emits carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. He inhaled that and died. Reason still not clearly known, but there's a talk that the reason for the death of the committing suicide himself is that why didn't you save the child? Why did you take the picture? That was the talk, right? Even here also, when you are going on the road, if you see an accident, people are busy with taking photographs and making videos rather than rescuing or helping the victims. So it's happening, right? So it is not the responsibility. Food production, you can see the involvement of technology in the food production. All these machines are engineered machines. Disasters, flood or drought or earthquakes, various disasters, how to mitigate, solution is engineering. Research and development, that is the thing happening for all this development. Education and training. You are trained, well trained, I should say. In the health sector, all these are engineering developments, right? Now you see the CT scan machine on the top left. and it can see its entire body inside, right? So you can, doctors and specialists can see what is wrong, where it is wrong. So there are various other cameras that be inserted into the body. All this is engineering, right? Engineering products. How it passes the signal, how it transmits the signal, the video signal or optical signal through the wire comes out. All that is engineering. Discovery, new things. That is that now what you see on the left-hand side below is a tower, rotating tower. This tower is rotating, right? Next to that is also a rotating tower. And you see the top right-hand side A380 Airbus. That is the largest aircraft in the world. All that is engineering products, right? And here down the most expensive hotel in Dubai, Burj Al Arab. Now it has a, you can see the white color thing is a fabric. We call it structural fabric. This fabric is manufactured in Sri Lanka, right? So if you want to have a, you can't have a glass. So this is a creation, right? Recovery after a disaster, damage. These majority of pictures are from after the tsunami, the damage caused to the railway line. So I had the opportunity to visit this place after 4 days. And when since I was working in CCD, we got the responsibility to restore. So we got involved in restoring the railway line from Kaluthara down. So these are the pictures I have taken during my visit. It was actually 4 days after the tsunami hit the area. You see how damaging, how what is the kind of damage it has done to the entire area, right? Recovery, engineering, solutions are engineering. So what are the challenges for the next generation of engineers? Energy scenario, secure cyberspace, green technology, ecosystem balance, water running out. There will be scarcity in water in the world. What are the solutions? You have to think now. Energy efficiency, global warming, waste management. Now see, to limit the use of, say, fuel, fossil fuel or whatever, and go for green technology, the renewable energy. So these are the uh, areas we have to explore and find solutions to the current issues. Now we are burning fuel, creating a lot of carbon dioxide, right? So if you can remember during the COVID time in 2020, the Colombo sky was very clear. Now the Colombo sky is not clear. You can't see the stars. That time we could see the stars. That is pollution, not only from the cars, from the factories that emits carbon dioxide and various other gases. So you have to control that. You have to handle that issues. Engineers' contribution at the primary decision-making process is very vital. So engineers are getting involved in all these processes. So now some of the things I say: safety, health, environment, privacy, and all sort of things should be considered at the preliminary feasibility stages. So it is your responsibility to look at that. Now, I will show you some examples of creativity. This is a Q drum. Now you see people are carrying water long distance. This is from Africa, this photograph, but it's happening in Sri Lanka also. So you people take water from distant places to their homes. The children are carrying it on the head. So one person came out with a solution for this. That is called the Q drum. Now, this is the Q drum. This is a drum, empty drum. You can fill with water and you can roll it, right? So there's no load on the head. It's something like this, right? You fill up with this tank water and turn it and roll it. So this is some kind of creativity. Engineer service to the society, right? Engineers should be good communicators. Communicate with the, now there are three parties you have to communicate: higher up, peers, then the juniors, society as well. So you have to be communicating well with them. Mahatma Gandhi says, there are there are two types of people in the world, in this world. One category works hard, other category get credit from others. My father advised me to be in the first category because there is no fight among the working category. Fight is with the category who does not work. So keep that in mind. So work hard. Points to think about. Politicians are with the society. Engineers really deal with the society. No, think about yourself, right? Don't think about others, think about yourself. How much you get involved in the society. Engineers are reluctant to work with the politicians. Majority, right? Not all. Need a change. You have to get close to society, people, see their needs and cater for them. Now, civil engineers are working in the infrastructure development, water supply, and various other works. Electrical engineers are their services also for the people. I mean, electricity supply, transmission lines, power projects. Then electronic engineers, they are developing various gadgets. Mechanical engineers, they are developing vehicles, motor vehicles and kind of thing, and also machines. So all that is, I mean, you have certain role to play that goes to the society. You have to earn your position. So I will tell you how to do that. Now, my question is, how many in your neighborhood know that you are an engineer? Maybe the next door person doesn't know you are an engineer, right? Why? Right. You go to the junction and ask, where is, do you know where is Dr. Silva? Then the three-wheel driver will tell you, or the shopman will tell you, Dr. Silva is down this lane, third house on the right. They know. Then you ask, where is this lawyer Sirivardhan? He is down the lane, last house on the right hand side. Then you ask, where is engineer Suraveer? Engineer Suraveer? Where is he? They don't know. They really don't know. Why? That is the missing part. You are not known. You don't have any connection with the society. This is not all, this is majority. So that is the missing part. How many times you have given engineering advice to others in your neighborhood? Free of charge? Just think about it. Otherwise, you have to have a board in front of your house. I am an engineer. Or you have to wear a t-shirt with I am an engineer. So who's going to invite you for social work? No one. You have to be voluntarily engaging in social work. So that is how it works. Lawyers and doctors have the edge over us because people automatically go to them. We are also doing a better service than that to society, but we are not recognized because our social involvement is not visible. That is why you have a role to get interact with the society. So that is important. So if you are in your area, if the road development is happening, if you are a road engineer, you get involved, give advice. So sometime back, the place I am living, the front road was repaired. So it was given subcontract, the subcontract was repairing it. So they were doing it not to the specification. So I said, I volunteered and I said, don't do it like this. This is the way you have to do it. And the contractor said, this is the instruction I received from RDA. So I said, I will tell RDA to correct this. Don't do it like this. If you do it like this, I will complain. Then the contractor asked, then sir, tell me how to do it. So I told him. That way, he did it. By that action, all the people in the lane came to know that I'm an highway engine or road engine. So whatever, anything to do with road, they come and tell me. So that is how, if there's a pipeline project happening in the vicinity, you just go there and see what is happening. If you are a water supply, you are working in a water supply area. So it is your duty. If something is happening wrong, you have to advise them. There's a if there's a road water leak in the road, don't just go by. You inform the water board. I have done it. So this is the don't confine yourself to a shell. Open up. How many in your organization know that you are an engineer? You may be having your office in several floors in a building. You are maybe residing, you are maybe working in the third floor. Do the first floor people know about you, who you are? But they know accountant, finance manager, administrative officer more than you. Why? Think about it. If ordinary person wants to buy solar system, from whom from you get advice? engineer, shop owner. People go to the shop, hardware shop and ask for what is the best cement? What is the best steel? Had he knew that there's an engineer next door, they will come and ask from you. Even if you are at the hardware shop, you are going to buy something, and at the same time if somebody is coming and asking about the best cement, you can advise. Then you will receive the recognition, which is not there, right? What is the social activity you got involved in last 3 months? This I'm posing this question to you to think about yourself. You may be providing indirect service, but direct service to society bring you recognition. In how many projects engineers are recognized at the opening ceremonies? Just think about. When you go for a meeting, lectures, etc., where do you sit? Front or back? I have done several lectures at Wimbledon in the auditorium here at IES. Every time I see first 3, 4 rows empty. No one is sitting there. So I had to call people to the front. So when you are closer, you can hear and see nicely. How many meetings, lectures you have opened your mouth to speak? Now, from these things, you will earn your recognition. When speaker calls someone from audience, how many times you have come forward? So these are the starting points for your exposure. Something happens on the street, have you come forward for any assistance? So these are the things you have to think of. What are the ISL activity you have got involved in last 6 months? Contribute to others' work. Share your knowledge with others. Make the society feel that you are a wanted person. Open up yourself. Abdul Kalam said, I am not handsome guy, but I can give my hands to someone who needs help. Beauty is in heart, not in face. Is a good statement. For me, it is very important. So I'll try to help others as much as possible. Who's going to invite you for social work? Who's going to invite? No one. You have to go on your own. Expand your vision. You are doing social work, but you are behind the screen. Expose yourself. There are so many activities organized by IESL for you to come and, get networking, get connected, get exposure. There are 7 sectional committees. You can take part. Public and memorial lectures, educational programs, technical and field visits, competitions, engineering excellence award, techno exhibition. Now it's coming up in October 11th, 12th, 13 at BMICH. You can come and visit, or you can get involved in various activities through sectional committees. There's a concept I developed that is a building clinic concept that is to support the service, support the house builders. If somebody is putting up his house, we collect some experts from the industry and we give free advice. It was well recognized activity in the techno, and we took it around the island also to various cities. We conducted and we received a lot of responses from people because these are free service. If you are putting up your house, then you can get advice. If the existing house has a defect, water is leaking or cracking, roof is leaking, we give free advice. So you can come to Techno and see that there's a Techno. There are so many events organized by IESL. There's a seminar room. In the seminar room, of course, this free to all, right? So general public, we conduct various lectures on how to control the electricity, how to reduce the water bill, how and the safety on the road, then various things, right? And I do a lecture on how to control your anger. Anger. Angry people can come and participate. You will get see the schedule later. New Year and Christmas festivals we have organized, and also there's a music uh, engineers band we have formed. You can, if you have abilities, you can come and join, right? So there are so many things, social things and networking activities you can take part and get yourself, sharpen up so that you will have better service to the society. Your career development has three components. You have to develop your professional life. You have to have a good personal life and social life. These are the three lives you have: professional life, personal life, social life. If you want to be a successful person, you have to be successful in all three areas: professional life, personal life, and the third one is social life. That is why it is very important. Success. What is the secret of success? Right decisions. How do you make right decisions? Experience. How do you get experience? Wrong decisions. Falling down is not defeat. Defeat is when you refuse to get up. Some advice. Be a can person. Choice is yours. Develop positive mindset. If one can do it, I can do it. Think that way. If no one can do it, I must do it. Think that way. Never think this way. If one can do it, let him do it. If no one can do it, how can I do it? So first 2 points are positive actions. Second 2 points are negative actions. There are complaints in the society. No drinking water. If you look at let's see the list, no electricity supply, no bridge to cross the stream, no facilities in hospitals, poor roads or no roads to road places. School building needs repairs, no transport service, no mobile signal. Now, during the COVID time, of course, we conducted various lectures on online. For that, you need, and also tuition classes, school classes were conducted online through Zoom and Teams. For that, mobile signals were very important. So some students, some people, some certain people, of course, get on top of roofs, get on top of trees, water tanks to receive signals, right? If you look at the news in the evening or the night, there are so many complaints from people about these facts: drinking water issues, electricity supply issues, road bridge issues, hospital facility issues, then building repair issues, transport service issues, poor road condition issues, right? There are certain issues people complain. Then also the media people also, they highlight that shortcomings. My question is not that. My question is this. Who respond to these issues? Who is responsible? Solution. Where is the solution? Solution with whom? Is it the ministry, provincial authorities, or divisional secretary, or Gram Sevaka? If you look at these issues critically, who's responsible? Engineering bodies, right? All these are engineering. Now look at the list again. All these are engineering issues. Others can't solve these problems. Drinking water issue, electricity supply issue, road issue, repair issue, mobile signal issue. People on the road cannot solve this. Non-qualified, non-technical people cannot solve this. These are engineering issues. So engineers should come forward and solve this. But what is happening? What is happening? These are the complaints that goes to the maybe Grama Sevaka, divisional secretary, then ministries, then to the minister. Then minister gives the order to the engineer. That is the path. Why can't you come forward and bring this problem to the respective division? You are a water engineer or working in the water board. If there are water issue in some area, you take action. That will bring you recognition. That is not happening. That is the main reason for we lose the recognition. So these issues should be solved by the engineers. If you salute your duty, you need not salute anybody. But if you pollute your duty, you have to salute everybody. Abdul Kalam said. It's a very beautiful piece of work, sentence that attracted my entire concentration. Be an engineer of great value to the profession, family, and society. So these are three areas I'm concentrating: your professional life, your family license, social life. All three areas are very important. We want to be a successful engineer, concentrate on these three. Three are in career life: respect for self, respect for others, responsibility of all your actions. So work responsibly. Your duty should be engineer as technical leader, engineer as manager, engineer as social leader. So what I have to say is that as a social leader, you have a responsibility. Final remarks: improve your language skills, take up responsibilities, get all-round experience. You have to get all-round experience, not only in your technical stuff, but in other areas, right? Do work with dedication and commitment. The next important thing is share your knowledge. IESL is a place where you can share your knowledge. You come through your section committees, and if you want to make a presentation or share your knowledge, it's always available. It can be online or it can be physical, right? So I'm doing a lot of lectures here. And last year I did how to control anger. This year did, I mainly concentrate on soft skills programs. This year I did the importance of sleep because I see some problems in the with the people. Those things I will try to address. Now I have another program coming up, how to control your stress. Then we have a CPD program on etiquette, that is professional behavior. So likewise, I'm whatever I have, I want to give out. Share your knowledge. Enjoy what you do. When you work with enjoyment, or if you enjoy the work you do, you put 100% to that. If you don't enjoy what you are doing, you don't put your 100%, right? Be a chartered engineer within minimum possible time. That is 4 years, right? You are supposed to sit for the B paper after 1 year of graduation. Then you have 3 more years. Get your qualification within minimum possible time. That is how I got my charter long time back. So as soon as I pass out from the university, my main target was to get the charter with the minimum possible time. So you have to spend 4 years. So within 4 years, try to get it. There are so many. I am sitting in charter panels. I see some engineers are coming after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Don't wait like that. Get your charter as soon as possible. Serve the society and your country. That is the main objective. Serve the society and your country. So what I was trying to emphasize is that you as a social lead, you are a social leader, although you don't know it. You produce things, you produce services, you produce facilities, and you produce products for the use of the mankind. And they should be within that limits, ethics, safety, health, all that, environment, all that should be considered. And you are giving it out, but society doesn't know. Yeah, you are the person who created it, but you have to come out and expose yourself. That exposure, nobody will give you. You have to do it, and you have to, what you do, you have to express, right? What you do, you have to express in forums. Maybe I did that, you have to tell. So building clinic is my creation. The idea I got. I'm telling that everywhere. This is my masterpiece, right? So you have to, don't be shy. Whatever you do, good things, you tell others. So with that, my final slides. Your duty should be engineer as a technical leader, engineer as a manager, and engineer as a social leader. That is why this presentation is important for you. You have to become a social leader as well. With that, I want to conclude my presentation and wish you all the best. I believe you have got something out of this presentation. So you will get a question in the B paper on engineer's role in society. So this contents will help you to answer that question. With that, I want to conclude this session. Thank you very much for your participation and wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Engineer Prabodham.
Yeah, you are welcome.